You might have one or two films maybe a year then, compared to now, I don't know. And there'd be no government funding. I doubt there'd have been any government funding or concessions or anything like that to encourage the industry then. It was really people decided they wanted to make a film and they thought they could make money out of it without any concessions. Globalisation means that you've got potentially a market that goes beyond Australia, which say 50 years ago there probably wasn't much chance. You might have sold films in England, but I don't think we sell many films overseas anyway. Our films don't get much distribution. With things like, well, this film, Happy Feet 2, and those sorts of things that are backed by studios may well get, well, they'll get distribution, but your little Aussie battle films from, say Priscilla or something was about $3 million to some Happy Feet was a hell of a lot more than that, and the little films are lucky if they get distribution overseas, and if they do, they make money for people. Like Crocodile Dundee, that would have been lucky to, people wouldn't have necessarily expected it to get distribution. Not many films do. But it's to do with computers. It's really communication between the office and the set. In the old days, you'd be making a film before faxes even, when you had to, each afternoon the next day is planned by the people on set and the people in the office. They know what they're going to do, but what they've planned to do, but then during the day they work out what time you need all the actors there. They schedule the scenes to be shot that day, and they confirm the location. If it's going to be raining and you're meant to be shooting outside, well, you've got to go and do something inside. But this communication between the set and the office is fantastic now, and being able to send things out by email information. It's probably just publicity. I don't know, I'm not big on social media, but I think there's quite a bit of now trailers. I think Happy Feet had some trailers that were released. I know we did 3 or 4 little trailers, and some, I forget the term we used, but they're used to just generate interest in the film as to what might be coming up. And I think other films probably did that, though. It's just a way of distributing information among people who you target, probably your audience, although Happy Feet or many 5-year-olds will be on Facebook, but still. And other films, I think, are doing the same sort of thing. Everyone does it with everything, don't they? It's just a marketing exercise at that stage. Films cost more now, people are more specialised in the jobs they do, the crews are bigger because you have more people doing specific jobs, whereas before they were probably rougher and people just, one person did it. And computers, I know my job, computers have made there be so much more work because people want more information out of what we do rather than before, you just kept it on track and kept everyone honest. And that was about it, but now people want more information, which is very nice. There are a lot more government funding now, so I guess that means it takes money out of from hospitals and schools or whatever those sorts of things are, but it employs a reasonable amount of money. I think the governments all around the world now support their local film industries, so there are concessions for filming in New South Wales and from the state government and in Victoria from their government, and they provide things like Fox Studios was a government thing that when they turned the showground over to Fox Studios. There are payroll tax concessions that the governments offer up to 75%. The state governments levy payroll tax. Federal government gives a rebate of up to 40% of the cost of making the film to the filmmakers to encourage people to make films here. So that brings the Americans in, and it means that on a film like this it's a considerable amount of money.